Welcome back, guys. We are doing part 2 of the video now. So the first video had 1 through 6, and this one's gonna have 7 through 16, I believe. So let's get started. Okay, so number 7, we are looking for the domain, so X values of this image. Remember, my main goal here is to box in the image. So I'm gonna box this image in. Okay, so I can see that my X values, first off, before I even get into that, let's look at these answer choices. If I'm looking for domain, these are my X values. So immediately I can get rid of this Y because that would be a range, and I don't want a range, I want a domain. Next thing, really important, I see that this is an open, so I need a less than and then a less than or equal to sign. So right here, I can already see that these are both less than or equal to, so this would be the only right answer. And let's see, so we do go to -2, and then we go to 1, 2, 3. So that does work. So this would be my answer. And actually, let me circle that so we know, because it kind of looks weird. Okay, next problem. So if I look, I'm gonna do top and bottom of this graph because I'm looking for my range. So again, I can see range is Y values. So immediately on this problem, it would not be any of these three because those would all be domains. It could only be this one, but let's make sure that's right. So my lowest point is -2. Since this is a curve, it is gonna be a less than or equal to sign. Up top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This goes to 5, and this is an open circle, so it's a less than sign. So this would be right. Okay, next. Which of the following would be a dependent variable of the following function? F of x equals -4x squared plus 2x minus 7 when the independent variable is chosen from the set -2, 0, 2, 4, 5. So all this means is independent variable x value, dependent is our y value, and it was -2, 0, 2, 4, 5. So all that means is here's your domain. Which of these would be a possible value in the range? So we're just gonna plug these in to this function and see which one works. So let's start off with this -2. And this is one of those problems where you're just gonna have to go one by one because unfortunately it's just, there's no trick here. It is what it is. Okay, so if we look at this, -2 squared would be a +4 times -4 would be a -16. That's really important. -16 minus 8 minus 7 would give us -27. Okay, so next we're gonna do this -4, 0, plus 2, 0, minus 7. These are always really easy ones because 0 times anything is just 0. So here I'm left with 0 plus 0 minus 7 would be -7. And I'm literally gonna go one by one. Actually, we can see this -27, we had -26. However, it didn't work, so we're not using -2. 0 was -7, we have a +7, so no go. Next, we're gonna do 2 minus 7, square 4, -16 plus 8 would be -8 minus, yeah. Okay, and unfortunately we don't have a -19, so 2 does not work. -4, 4 squared, plus 2 times 4, minus 7. Let's see what this gives us. So 4 squared is 16. -4 times 16 is -64 plus 8 negative 64 plus 8, and then minus 7 would be negative 63. And we do have a match. It would be right here. But I still want to be sure, so I'm going to do that last one just in case. Because you never know. This may have more than one answer. So let's see. 5 squared is 25. Negative 4 times 25 would be negative 100. Plus 10. Negative 100 plus 10 would be negative 90. Minus 7 would be negative 97. So that definitely didn't work out. Okay, so our answer choice is negative 63. This would be part of our range. So 4 comma negative 63. So next, if the graph of y equals x squared is translated down 3 units, what is the equation of the new quadratic? So remember, if I'm moving something down, I am subtracting it. So automatically I can get rid of these two because those are adding something. Now I just need to figure out which of these two. So I am going to graph these two in a graphing calculator. If you need help with a graphing calculator, if you look on last week's, I believe it was Thursday folder, last week's Wednesday folder, it has a Desmos feature to show you how to actually graph these things. Okay, so we see our parent function, y equals x squared, looks like this. So all we want is for this to move down 3 units. So if I do y equals x squared minus 3, that one seems to work. So all I did was this one right here. But now I'm going to try this one just to make sure that, you know, that one worked. So here we have parentheses x minus 3 and then squared. Okay, so that shows me a shift this way, which is not what I wanted. I wanted this to move down, so this is my answer, y equals x squared minus 3. Okay. What is the domain and range of this function? So again, I am looking for my domain and range. This test is very heavy on domain and range, so we want to make sure we know what we're talking about. Okay, so I have boxed in my image. Next thing I need to know is this is connected. So this is continuous. What does that mean? That means that it has to be one of these two. Oh, let me scoot up. It's got to be one of these two answers. It can't be this. This would be discrete. Discrete is listed out. Continuous is held by inequalities or a boundary. So if I am looking, I see that this is a closed circle, so less than or equal to. This is an open circle, so less than. These are my x values. I go from 0, 1, 2, 3. So 0 to 3. Okay, so this one matches, but now let me check my range. So my range is all my y values. I have a closed circle right here, open circle right here. I am going from -2 to 1. So -2 to +1. Okay, so we match. So this is my answer. This one is similar, however, small detail, they switch the x and y. That will happen on your test, so just know that your domain is the x, range is the y. So let's, another one. Okay, so domain. Again, domain is my x values. This one is discrete. What does that mean? That means we list it out. List it out. Okay, so this automatically right here is showing me a boundary. It's not showing me a list. So now I'm just going through these. So my domain, I've got points right here, got a point right here, and I've got a point right there. This is -3, this is 0, and this is 3. Remember, when I have two repeating numbers, so I've got -3 twice, I only write it one time. So write one time only. So this could not be an answer because it's got that repeating. This is my y values, so that doesn't work out. And this one matches, -3, 0, 3. And next.